ダイヤモンド愛登場。
In 1961, author Kohan Kawauchi wrote the original story and screenplay for the Shoshiku Studios produced film Kaijin Yellow Gloves. The movie features a masked hero who, like the author's earlier character, Moonlight Mask, is an ally of justice who fights political corruption and organized crime. This character would be revived by the author in 1966 for a weekly shonen manga series, Yellow Gloves X. Like the live-action movie, the title character in this manga is a hero of justice who fights against an international criminal organization. The design of Yellow Gloves X, its cast of characters and setting, would eventually be revisited for another reinterpretation of the character. In 1973, following the tremendously successful TV broadcast of Kohan Kawauchi's Rainbow Man, Warrior of Love, Toho Studios' first tokusatsu hero series, the company would partner again with the author for their second tokusatsu hero TV show, Diamond Eye, Warrior of Light. Premiering on October 5, 1973, 2 days after Inazuman's inaugural broadcast, Diamond Eye would air on net TV stations on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Diamond Eye centers on Rai Kotaro, a newspaper reporter for Weekly Japan. He is in pursuit of a political corruption story that promises to unravel the plans of high-profile individuals, but his journey would eventually lead to a run-in with an organized crime group. Captured and about to be executed by Genkai Ryu, the leader of the criminal group, the King of Arabia, a large blue diamond, begins to float and orders Genkai Ryu to stop what he is doing. Suddenly, a heroic figure surfaces from the shining jewel, Diamond Eye. After freeing Kotaro, Diamond Eye uses his inner soul illumination being to reveal the true forms of the criminal group, the previous life demons known as Sensei Majin, with Genkai Ryu's true identity being exposed as King Cobra, their leader. After fending off their attack, Diamond Eye gives Kotaro the eye ring, which allows the reporter to summon Diamond Eye whenever the Sensei Majin reappear. From this point on, Kotaro and Diamond Eye would partner to take on the Sensei Majin and help counter their schemes. Their journey would have them face off against several members of the previous life demons, with Kotaro uncovering their plots and Diamond Eye helping defeat the various demons when his human allies are overwhelmed by them. This dynamic between Diamond Eye and Kotaro serves as the core of the show's themes and storylines. Unlike the Henshin Boom era shows that inspired it, Diamond Eye doesn't actually feature a transforming hero. Rather, it features a partnership between a normal, courageous individual who is driven by a strong sense of justice, who is working side by side with an almost omnipotent spirit who lends his powers to his human partner in times of need. In some respects, their partnership reminds me of the partnership between Iki Igarashi and Vice in Kamen Rider Revice. This dynamic between the two characters delivers a series of stories that take cues from the early Henshin era shows, but delivers something completely different. Kotaro doesn't have the ability to transform into a more powerful form or unlock special abilities. Yet, in every episode, he doesn't hesitate to take on the human forms of the Sensei Majin. Even when the odds are against him, he fights for what he believes in and to protect others. He even has to protect and save Diamond Eye from several situations the hero finds himself in from time to time. And to almost humorous results, Kotaro is beaten up and trapped in almost every episode. Diamond Eye, on the other hand, is generally only summoned to help when there is no other way out of a situation or the main cast finds itself trapped and about to be killed by the Sensei Majin's monster forms. He is also there to help recognize Kotaro and provide him with encouragement after fending off the Sensei Majin's offensives. This play on each character's particular strengths lend to the show's more realistic depiction of its world. Many of the plots that the protagonists take on in Diamond Eye reflect realistic criminal operations and corruption in the business and political spheres. As such, it makes sense that an independent news investigator and members of the police force tend to lead the charge to put a stop to them. It's only when the Sensei Majin reveal their true forms that Diamond Eye is summoned to help even the odds. This element of the story is consistent from beginning to end, but as it progresses, Diamond Eye expands to include additional subplots that allow for the human and Sensei Majin worlds to collide in different ways. Specifically, the entrance of Princess Cobra in episode 14 following a deadly duel between Diamond Eye and King Cobra. First crossing paths with Kotaro when they both saved a child who was about to fall off of a construction site, they begin to form a bond that drives them to protect each other throughout the second half of the series. Unlike her father, Princess Cobra is not absolute in her ruthlessness, which in the end allows her to resist King Cobra's orders, save Kotaro, and allow Diamond Eye to finally defeat the Sensei Majin in the series' final episode. In addition to Princess Cobra's introduction, the second half of the series also made a slight pivot away from its more gritty, criminal investigations-oriented stories to ones with a slightly more fantastical tone. This includes operations to transform humans into members of the Sensei Majin and more fights in the demon realm. The episodes in the second half of the series also started to feature younger cast members to make the show more accessible to its target audience. Despite these changes in the show's tone, character, and storylines, Diamond Eye was not as successful as its predecessor, Rainbow Man, Warrior of Love. The series would end its broadcast run on March 29, 1974 with 26 episodes. Despite this, Diamond Eye still delivered a remarkable series that stands uniquely among its peers from this era of the Henshin boom. From the at times gritty representation of its world to its more fantastical settings, Diamond Eye delivers something that stands in sharp contrast to Toei's output from this era, like Inazuman and Kamen Rider X. And like these shows, Diamond Eye manages to deliver many standout action scenes and fights that are as memorable as they are exciting to watch. For example, Episode 8 features an incredible sequence in which Kotaro is fighting the human form of Satan Bat on a moving roller coaster. The camera work and the fighting choreography come together to deliver a tremendously fun scene to watch. Like other tokusatsu hero shows in the 1970s, Diamond Eye was also a vehicle for driving retail sales, which resulted in many toys and merchandise targeted at young TV viewers. There were also manga tie-ins, with Diamond Eye being featured in Weekly Shonen Sunday and TV Land magazine between 1973 and 1974. More recently, Diamond Eye was released as a Laserdisc set in 1995 and a DVD box set in 2003. Fans of 1970s Henshin Boom era shows should definitely seek out Diamond Eye. While not as popular as some of Toho's other productions in the space, it's still a highly entertaining series that delivers on a different idea of what a tokusatsu hero of justice can be.